quite a few names to remember. All right.
Yeah, right.
Believe we let some villagers out there. Let's go check out Eothas's footprint. He stepped right in the middle of this, didn't he? See, the first sublevel. What shall it contain? A beautiful set of runes.
Sure. I've got it.
Let all champions pay homage to Exandros, for without him there would be no glory.
Will.
The copper bowl has tarnished to a dull blue-green. Grime and dust coat the surface in a thin film. Let's examine that bowl. At the bottom of the bowl is a shallow circular depression. You recognize the offering bowl, an artifact found in many Engwithan runes. It would have been intended for use only by Engwithans who held high rank or had made some great achievement. In an arena such as this, a champion might fulfill that role. Let's see. Oh, this should be simple enough. We find a champion's tomb, and hopefully he has the knick-knack paddywhack to get in there.
Poor fools. They were unprepared for this.
But to have one's soul stripped out like that in such a manner.
On it. I've got it.
Just picking them apart. Why not?
Will do.
I want it all. I'll take it all. Ah, will-o-wisp. This doesn't look like it should pose much threat. Or a sportling. Aloth, it's been too long, my friend. Will you please hurl a rolling flame in this direction? Man, that guy really stood there and let me deliver that to him.
Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
Bored.
I trust you'll make it, Aloth. Don't try and baby it up.
Right.
Or a deer, I apologize.
Will do.
The walls have collapsed inward, barring any further progress. Well, it looks like that way is cut off to me, then. We'll go to the deeper reaches in just a moment. A dungeon.
I see
My first. I have to explore it wholeheartedly. Look at this. Magic versus will-o-wisp, and it's a wrap. Didn't even get to that point. Alright, alright. Another proverbial fork in the road.
Enemies ahead.
Alright, we're not going to play with these guys this time. A little bit of minor missiles for this guy. Go ahead and give this one the good old necrotic lance. you two just... You do you. Adir, just swashbuckle your way over here. And why not call down a pillar of fire on the both of them?
Tax to my limit.
Happy to oblige.
Oh, man. Man, did Allah take a beating. That came out of nowhere. Well, this is mind-boggling. Some terrible rolls. It's okay, Allah. We'll fix you up with something.
Happy to
You know
oblige.
what? She can do it.
Yes?
Ah, only in combat. Oh, you're all healed up. Nothing to sweat about, my friend.
I've got it.
What were you guys messing with down here? Looks like some radioactive goop.
Enemies ahead.
Oh, a brine imp. Alright, Allah, let's try this again. Smack him with that. I'll go in and charge him. So will a deer. Go ahead and give him the good old knockdown as well. And then, you're gonna interdict. See? He ate that one. He didn't even stand a chance. All sorts of knickknacks in here. Let's see here. Jade, the loon, and a scroll of minor healing. Give that to Allah. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Let's go ahead and form up. Alright, that'll
What
do
can I
for
do
now.
you for?
Medical supplies, torches, hardtack, we'll take it all. What do we have here? A stiletto and more hardtack. We'll take it all again. An animancer's hat. Hats come in many different shapes, sizes, and a wide array of colors. Deerwoodians are known for their modest rustic hats, while Valiants are associated with broad-brimmed hats featuring a variety of exotic plumes. I care not for this hat, but there are some people in my party who have none. It has been a stroke of unimaginable fortune to find an Adravane in such pristine condition. The essence is so concentrated here that even from the far side of the corridor, the pillar's light pulses like a star. At times, I almost feel as if I can sense it, like the warmth of sunlight upon the skin. We will need to reinforce the central chamber before attempting further excavations. The ruins are unstable, and Sella's motley workforce of savages and paupers grows more fearful by the day. With the assistance of a single watcher, we could trace the essence in the primary vein and isolate those deposits worthy of extraction. I've petitioned Director Castall in Nekataka for such a resource, but I am continually rebuffed. It is unthinkable that the Valen Trading Company cannot isolate, within the vast borders of its considerable influence, a single suitable candidate. I must assume that the wretched Elette woman is hoarding them for her fanciful experiments. Transportation? As if we have the time to expend on such frivolities. Well, lucky for you, I'm a watcher. Moss and grime have been scraped clear of large portions of this mural, revealing the vibrant hues of the Ingwithan figures beneath. Doro the Reckless defeated 7 beasts barehanded. Well, no need to get all braggy about it.
That's Odorisi.
Frozen mid-stride, this grim figure is turned toward the colossal pillar of Adra that dominates the chamber. The ashen corpse's outstretched hand rests upon the crystal's dulled surface. Clutched tightly in the remnants of a fist is a bundle of papers bound together by a leather cord. Several more pages are scattered on the ground at your feet.
This one's ashen. Means he ain't got no soul for me to tend to, right?
As you pull the papers free, the ashen fingers gripping them slow away, disintegrating into a fine plume of dust. I've gained Odorisi's nose. Standing here by the lone figure, you are struck with a feeling of dread. The air around you, the very motes of ash and dust, all of it is stagnant and still. The feeling grows worse when you look up at the Adra and sense no energy flowing into its surface. It is as though it has been disconnected from the wheel.
You place your hand against the pillar of luminous Adra. A dim, warm light emanates from the surface, but it feels cool to the touch. Pinpricks dance along your fingers, uncomfortable, but not painful. A woman's voice, scratchy, distant, and halting, echoes in your mind.
Find your soul in him.
You concentrate, peering into the Adra's energy as you would peer into a soul. Its inner light is blinding, but as you become accustomed to it, you perceive the core of the Adra itself, a churning mass of millions of soul fragments. With a jolt, the energy reaches out to you, the Angwithan ruin fragments around you, breaking into incoherent shapes and dissolving to dust, falling into an infinite well of dark gray vapor. Even the ground itself disintegrates into nothingness. All that remains is the murky expanse of the in-between. The Adra pillar, and a skein of golden threads rooted in the pillar that extend far off into the distance. You focus on the threads. You catch glimpses of memories, your memories, mingled among the memories of thousands of other captive souls. The filaments begin to cohere, rapidly twining into a golden cord. With a muffled crack, the cord ripples outward in a violent wave toward the endless distance. The cord undulates over a space so vast that you lose sight of the wave before it finds its end. Then, a heavy creaking, like the sound of mountains shearing under their own weight, washes through the dull gloom of the in-between. A violent force yanks you along the cord at an incredible speed. The murk of the in-between warps erratically, as though you are observing it through an ill-ground lens. Just as quickly as you were pulled forward, you stop, suspended below a massive figure of ancient carved Adra. Like all Adra, it glimmers with energy, but the souls and memories within it are not flowing down. They churn in a vortex that burns at the heart of the statue's mass in some invisible engine. It is Aethys. The great golden cord terminates in his back, sending pulses of energy throughout his limbs as they move. He walks in long, slow strides toward a brilliant pillar of Adra far in the distance. It shines even more brightly in the in-between than Aethys. From within the teeming throng of souls, dozens of eyes look out to you. Through the cord, their collective anguish and despair push at the edge of your mind.
Help us! Please! Help us!
Their voices echo in your mind. Somewhere within their ranks, you can feel the presence of your own soul, slumbering deeper in the gyre.
I must find my own soul.
You attempt to evade the lost souls and find yourself within Aethys. But the incredible power flowing through the gods' body repulses you. Not even your Watcher powers can penetrate the massive tides of energy crashing through him. The souls sense your presence and continue to desperately cry out to you. Aethys' stride slows and stops. His head slowly pivots until its great burning eyes are cast back along the cord. As his gaze meets yours, you feel an overwhelming rush of incredible joy, mingled with profound sadness. You have sensed similar anguish in lost souls, but never with this intensity. A soothing voice drifts into your mind.
It takes great bravery to venture through the in-between, even for a Watcher.
A swell of admiration radiates out from the god's heart, a force so intense that it momentarily overwhelms you.
You do not need to follow me, for their sake or your own. Something beautiful is coming. Something that will save us all.
A great light shines from Aethys' brow, so bright that even the souls within him flinch from the source, cowering in fear. Through the glare, you see Aethys' massive arm reach up to grasp the golden cord. The tether carrying energy from the Audra pillar to him, that also suspends your consciousness.
Wait!
Time cannot stop for any of us, Watcher. Even me.
Aethys yanks on the golden cord, pulling it from his back. The cord tears into filaments that blacken and dissolve to dust. Without pause, he turns to resume his stride toward the distant pillar of Audra, shining on the boundless horizon. You hear the souls within him cry out for just a moment, before your consciousness is snapped away from them. The in-between goes dark. For a second, you feel a mix of nausea and a sensation like spinning and falling. Then the moment ends. Your consciousness has returned to the Angwithan arena. The world is sideways, the Audra pillar upside down. You flinch at the feeling that you're standing on the ceiling. The disorientation overwhelms you and you collapse to your knees next to the luminous Audra pillar. Previously dim and flickering, the pillar now glows with a strong and steady light. You touch the Audra again, but the chill and prickling sensations you felt before are gone, replaced with a comforting warmth, like the embers of a fire that has just lost its flame.
As you return to the world, you feel a hand on your back.
You alright? Come on, we just got you back.
Despite his tone, you can see genuine concern in Nadir's eyes. I'm fine.
I heard you say that before. Had something to do with a 2,000-year-old lunatic talking to you in your dreams.
I've seen you commune with souls of the dead, but this looked altogether different. What happened?
His gaze flickers to the blightly growing Audra. I saw Iothas, and he saw me.
Well, he... Really? I knew it. I mean, that's great, Watcher. Ain't it?
Zodi can barely contain herself, jumping up and down as she stumbles over her words.
What did Gon say? Is he gonna meet us? What do we do next? He charged you with a divine calling, didn't he? Just like he's done for me.
Aloth tints his fingers and smiles. I saw a more luminous Audra in his path, but he told me not to follow, that something beautiful is coming.
I wonder if he said the same thing to people in Rayed Saris 20 years ago.
I wonder what he's after, and why he's been giving me these dreams. The things I've seen, they leave a mark on your soul.
She rubs her arms despite the balmy air.
I may not know what Gon's got planned for me, but clearly he wanted me to meet you.
Aloth nods, a quiet smile etched on his lips.
I've
All
got
right.
it.
Alright, there's a couple more places for us to visit in this place before we roll up out of here. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. More ashen corpses. I do feel bad for these lost souls. Ah, a rusted copper construct. Immune to flames. Are you immune to being beaten to shit, though? That's the real question. Give him a necrotic lance. And then we'll give him a good old concussive. Oh shit, there's two. Oh shit. Let's go ahead. I need you to come around and protect this little lady. I need you to fall back. Ah, Aloth! Go ahead and give him another. Another good smackaroo.
Never you mind that miss.
Yeah?
I'll land the next one.
I'm minding the miss. There we go, boys. Let's go. Let's handle this. Like that, the two titans fall.
Hey. Of course.
Nothing to fret over, my friends. A sword. A pickaxe. Some scoria. Alright. Let's go check here now. Now, I would like to check Vulcarion's weaponry. Here's I'm using a saber, 17 to 24, and I have. Oh, it's much better than my warhammer. Much better. Never mind. Disregard. Disregard.
I see the wits of the race.
Alright. Aloth, here's how we're gonna play this. A deer, do not play, my friend. It is time to fight. Oh! Look at that. That's how you handle it, guys.
Hey.
That's hilarious. A quick explosion and the mess is over. That is fantastic. Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Oh, that was a good play. Didn't expect it. Take all. Treasure here. The tattered note. I wasn't sure about the constructs at first. These new techniques may be less extreme than those eccentrics like Galvino, But it gets harder to remember that once the hulking things are moving around like large, noisy, witless dolls, the constructs require daily maintenance, and they make the workers uncomfortable. Still, they've been an effective deterrent to the local wildlife, and I have to admit, I've started to feel safer with one of them standing nearby while I work. Odorisi despises the things, and avoids them if possible. That alone is a considerable benefit. We'll take the large shield, and perhaps we can resell it. Ah, and the runes get more complex. Only the bold, the reckless, and the fortunate shall pass safely within. Hold up. These ornate bronze fixtures appear to be braziers. Soot lines the interior of their metallic petals, and you spy fresh coal beneath a filigreed grating. Someone lit these recently. Had you the means, you might do the same. We shall light the brazier with a torch. Nothing happens for a moment, and then the brazier ignites in a sudden rush of flame. Light this one with a torch and do the same. You scarcely touch the flame to the brazier's surface when it catches with a hollow roar. The flame jets downward, moving in a narrow channel connecting both braziers. Q!
Well, at least it didn't catch us by surprise.
That is a positive. I don't know what I'm pressing here. This puzzle might have answers somewhere in this magnificent tomb. Ah, you know where it would probably be. I see flames. I see no symbols, however. No symbols on anything. That was not it. So it's a 3-symbol passcode. Torch. Okay, let's go look up here real quick. Praise to bold-hearted Avarix, master of the blade. Hold on, I think I got it here. All that remains of this inscription is Raka the Fortunate. The stone around it is worn smooth. Boom, boom. And... Allah, get your booty up here. Full carrion.
Yeah.
Get your booty down here. Wonder if it needs to be in the right order. Let's try this. Swirly looking one. And what do we got up here? I see no shield for him. Rats. Ah, I see, Oh, no. Sorry, wrong guy.
Yeah. On it.
Alright, maybe it needs to be in order then. Bold, reckless, and the fortunate. So fortunate would be this guy.
Happy to oblige.
Bold. So first one will be this.
Oh? Indeed.
I've got it.
Bold, reckless, and fortunate. Bold, reckless, and then...
I've got it.
So let's try this again.
Yes?
Reckless is the torch. Bold is the squiggly lines.
Huh?
Okay, so bold. Reckless. Fortunate. Alright, squad.
Sure.
Hey. I got it.
Huh?
Look at that. I don't play on puzzles. A gladiator's sword. And a paradox. I believe this would be a fantastic upgrade for Bulgaria.
Hmm? I got it.
Yes?
Okay then. I could try this one more time. Oh well.
Right.
Aloth, you're killing me here, buddy. Let's get out of here, man.
Of course.
Today. Let's go ahead and throw this on you. Yes, yes, yes. Was a gladiator sword not called a gladius? Ooh. As the souls move past you, some turn their heads in your direction, but most seem fixated below you, on the Adra pillar beneath your feet. A few nod their heads in thanks or raise a hand to acknowledge your presence.
What do you see that I can't, Watcher?
Souls. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds. They're all going to the Adra pillar.
All of them? Really?
She strokes the cage of her lantern, appearing lost in thought. A small group of souls has started to cluster around you. One of them is standing a bit closer than the others and gestures for your attention.
Watcher, we'd like to come with you.
Oh, would you now? Why don't you just go to the Adra pillar?
We would, and we appreciate that you showed us the way, but what if the Adra goes dark again before we reach the beyond?
The other souls shuffle anxiously and look to each other, then back to you. Very well. Follow me, my friends.
Can I harvest the souls now?
Aloth flashes a quick, pleased glance. If you want.
Oh, I do. So I will.
She nods, resolute. Aloth hums approvingly. Zodi glides her hands in a series of motions that resembles a martial art or an intricate dance. As she slides a circle around the area, she begins swinging her lantern faster and farther from her body until an ephemeral light flares from inside. The lure is answered, and several souls change course, drifting past the lantern's cage to disappear.
Thank you, Watcher.
Thank you, Watcher. Look at that! They're all gone. Get out of here! Get out of here! We are definitely not done here, though. Okay. 2 places left to visit, my friends. Let's go on up and check out the foreman's quarters. See what luxurious living he was having. Oh, I do hope I get a ship soon. Nothing would be better than to sail across the seas once more.
Ready to brawl?
Oh, I believe we are ready to brawl with a cave beetle. What an exhilarating battle. Oh, another cave beetle. Attack this one too. Well, you're gonna miss, Aloth. Boom. Easy peasy, why even stretch the fight? Let's see, this beetle's got a shell for me. What's on this? We've got a pistol. Champion's medallion. This small azure disc was apparently to be worn as a medallion. One side of the disc depicts a figure with its arms raised triumphantly above its head, a blade in one hand and a shield in the other. The other side of the disc has been worn smooth with time and is unreadable. I think I know where this goes. One of the workers dug up this old Adra medallion in the sub-level yesterday. I doubt Odorisi would be interested in it. And besides, it looks like it's worth something. Might be nice to surprise the crew with a bonus. That's a cute prospect to believe that you would be getting a bonus, my friend. But I suppose there are worse thoughts. Again, I do believe I know where this goes, but we shall see. There's nothing for sure in this game. Vulcarian, if you will. Please, oh, well, might as well level up. We're here. Alright, 4th level Battle Mage. We're going to be putting our skills into... We'll give him another athletics bonus. And one more diplomacy bonus. The fighter trains in the ability to adopt specialized fighting stances. Each stance excels at handling a different aspect of combat. Defender stance is apt for holding fast against groups of enemies. Cleaving stance is effective when attacking several enemies at once, while warrior stance is best for standing toe-to-toe against a single enemy. And what is in mage? It appears I can only choose fighter right now. Alright, look, we're gonna go fighter stances. That's not for a while, though. Oh, it is immediate. Oh, okay. We're gonna go with the stances. I think that has the most benefit as of right now. And I get one for Wizard. How about that? I see the benefits going deep now. I'm gonna shoot a goddamn ray of fire out of my hands. Oh, things I'm proficient in. Alright, look. I just don't know. Alright, we're gonna go with large shield. I'm all over the place with this character. It's dangerous.
Yeah? Will.
Let's place that champion's medallion into the depression. And like that, a magical wall opens. A good day to be an adventurer.
Right. I've got it.
Here rests Exandros, most virtuous architect. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, but that's how kind of life goes. You live and you die. 1 intellect, 1 history, 1 insight, plus 15 health. With that. But you know who could use this is Aloth. Let's get him hooked up, yeah? And you know, I want to say I picked up, you know, I think Gon's pledge can go on. I swore I'd picked up a hat. Oh, I did. Slap that on you. Look at that. You look like a goof. There we go. Alright. I'm content with this for now. Let's continue forth. I'm sorry, a lot of mini play. You know how it goes. I'm also not going to be trying to min-max these characters either. I mean, I'll be doing another playthrough where I try and do that on the Trial of Iron. Right now I'm just focused on story content and enjoying the gameplay. I'm going to be diving deep soon enough. Onward! Okay.
On it.
The training dummy has long since been frozen by immobility. Well, shit.
Some trouble.
Nuh-uh, didn't work. That dog won't hunt.
Okay. Here's how this is gonna go down. Gonna spit fire at this guy.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Oh yeah, roast him.
Who takes aim at me? So help me God, I'll whoop it. So help me.
Damn.
Yeah.
We'll take it all and sort it later. Get all these traps disarmed.
Him in the lantern.
Right.
We'll get the jump on these guys, don't you fret.
Foes ahead.
Do you see that?
Handle it. Now look, here's how this will go down.
Yes?
We're gonna start casting this. Yes, 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 I know. And look, I'm gonna start casting this. And then you're gonna start casting some pillars. Let's go, boys. I know you saw me.
Not happening.
What can I do you for?
Some skeletons don't get a good opportunity, and I feel bad for them, man. You know, they brought back into this world and they want to try so hard. It's okay.
What can I
It's
do you
okay.
for?
Alright, let's get
I
back
shall
to
be
stealthing.
discreet.
You shall you? What's in here? Vambraces of accuracy. We'll take it and sort through it in a second.
I hear you.
Actually, let's go ahead and throw that on someone. You know what? You deserve it just as much as anyone. You have nothing else on you right now. We're gonna get rid of that. The statue bears elaborate detail from the buckles of the warrior's greaves to his curly locks. How could you see his curly locks through that massive helm? Well, well, well. Was there anything back here? Negative Ghost Rider. Let's continue forth. Wasn't anything here but traps and skeletons. My God, man. Ah, yes. I believe our scholarly venture into this land is at an end. You can leave the stealth, you fools. Let's go ahead and level everyone else up real quick. I'm sorry for the time consumer here. Oh, that's sweet. gonna be a little guileless. You're gonna get a blunderbuss eventually, my friend. Zodi, let's see what you got for me. Gonna up your alchemy, for whatever fucking reason, and your history. Counts as a hatchet? Oh, I don't want to pick. That'll do, Zodi. That'll do. I don't know if I'll keep her around. I like this. Give him a quarter star. All right.
All right.
Onward. Alright, we're going back to travel. Let's, Looks like we've done everything we could there, folks. I'm gonna head back this way. Oh, a burial site. A tomb rises from the earth before you. Its stone exterior is well wrought and decorated with reliefs of Tagaloa and Nagati. It likely houses the body of someone important to a local Huana tribe. Search the location. Take some time to search the burial site. And find nothing of value. Keep searching then. Continue poking your head around the burial site for anything useful. And find a ward stone nestled among the offerings. That's what I thought. Keep searching. You find 21 baby pearls offered among the runes. Keep searching. Keep searching. Fine. We shall leave. I don't think anyone's waiting for me. I don't know. Whoa. We need to go see Governor Clario. Loading into yet another large city. Ready for grand adventure out on the seas, I hope. It is intense on these loading screens into cities and into the initial game. I know I feel like I remark on it every time, but I mean, I feel it every time. Alrighty then.
What can I do you for? I hear you.
Yeah?
I believe Clario's is right up here. Oh my good sir, would you please enlighten me as to why you have not repaired my ship yet? I have done what you asked by searching out Odorisi.
What can I do for you?
Alright, I have your information about the dig site.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
Look, man, I saw the same destruction Eothas wreaked on Cadnua. Odorisi is dead, along with most of your animancers.
I see. And the work? Odorisi's notes? Was there nothing of his research?
Clario's gaze searches yours with almost feverish anticipation. Take the notes. I found these.
Be kind.
Clario takes the bundle of notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he is flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Clario lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up with you with a toothy grin. A grin he hides soon after, beneath a cough and a look of some regret.
That is, Odorisi's legacy is not wholly lost. I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
He folds the papers once again and set his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Eothas, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
Sailing to distant places, fighting monsters is kind of what I do.
It is a strange obligation you are under. I understand a little of that. Lucky for you. If I were a more sensible man, I would take this for fable and turn you away.
Zodi's eyes gleam with dark amusement. Eothas is using the Audra Pillars as an energy source. If I can find more, I can find him.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That Adra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valiant Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries. You'll want to go to Neketaka. Queen Onekaza II rules there, at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first.
Neketaka, Queen Onekaza, and Kahanga. That's a hell of a slew of words you're throwing at me there, man.
The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Look, man, you promised to help me.
I have not forgotten. We will get you to Neketaka, and for that, you need your ship. I'll arrange it with Ikawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Finally, I'm gonna be glad to be rid of this place.
Best not to run aground again, no?
Clario chuckles quietly to himself.
Safe travels, Captain. Do take care.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. We're out of that slumlord town. Back to the beach. Hustle, boys, hustle! Let's move! What is this Dahauzi? Sadahuzi. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Ikawa, I believe I was needing to speak to you. Seated upon a chair before the bonfire, Ikawa looks considerably more comfortable here in her home village. She prods absently at the coals with a long stick. Ikawa's lined face is pocked with fading scars, but there's no hostility in her calm appraisal as you approach.
They told me what became of your ship. I say again that you are lucky. It is the only ship that survives. I could protect Port Mage, or else its ships, but not both. Perhaps Clario thinks I chose poorly.
Did your people see the giant?
Yes, one of the old titans, say the priests. Andra is angry. The why, our priests do not know. I am only glad it has journeyed elsewhere.
That giant is Eothas, and I need to know where he's going.
Eothas? Is it redemption you seek, then? You risk much to chase a god across the sea. The Dawn Stars, too, wish to meet this god. What if he does not wish to be found?
Look, can you help me free my ship?
Yes, but it will take Clario's assistance. Convince him, and I will aid. Good. Then that is settled.
So letting you know, some Huana were killed at the dig site. They were killed when Aethys
I
arrived.
see. I thank you for delivering this news. I will tell their families, and there are enough Mataru here to defend the village.
Holy crap, hold up. Alright, alright. Come on, one of y'all harvest it. Alright, let's go to the ship. Hello, thank y'all for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Alright, heading down to this beach. Gonna secure the Defiant and get the heck off this. Alright. I've been ready to get off this island for a hot minute now. Delving further and further in.
Good, you are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
Ikawa gestures towards your vessel, where a motley group of Huana and Valen workers race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
Do you know where Nekataka is?
So you will go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekataka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice. Come, we will see your Defiant out to sea.
Good, a nice little sailing of viewers. Man, that is run aground, my friends. I'm impressed you're getting it off. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I do appreciate it.
My lord, we should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway.
Ammunition supply gained 8, medicine 12, and repair 7. Let's see what we can do.
It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm.
I assumed so.
However, Port Margé appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Understood. Alright, look, in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to, avoid piracy. Oh, he came right after me, man. There was no hope in the matter. As the Defiant leaves Port Maget behind, you casually observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow, replete with cannons, crest into view across the Defiant's starboard bow. The flag raised high atop its sail signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it may not be easily turned away. We're gonna face our pursuer head on, boys. You spin the ship's wheel counterclockwise. The ship swings around quickly, disturbing a gull resting on the foremast. The bird voids a white splotch on the deck as a sign of its disapproval. You even out the wheel and bear straight towards the dhow. The distances close quickly, and soon the massive dhow's hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast onto your ship along with shouts from its crew notifying you that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts open to make way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He appears at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind the captain and in stark contrast strides an unkempt Orlan. A pair of pistol grips protrude from his belt and he casually twirls a stocky firearm around his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and a wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at you seem almost sinister. Oh, danger does approach.
On behalf of the Principes and Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
The broad-shouldered captain up-tilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. You couldn't have asked before you boarded my ship, uninvited?
Così. It has been some time since I last asked another's permission.
He flourishes a courtly bow.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood. In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave. Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
He's done his research. Might as well hear him out.
Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around you. No one else seems to notice. A vision. Thunder cracks between your ears and you glimpse a different sun, shod sea behind your eyes. Let the visions come. The vision streaks across your mind, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-haired and battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hands and warmth spills through you. Excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like the candle wax in a lamplit galley, swamped with the scent of unwatered rum and sweet fruit, with sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billows away, ice cold and clawing, replaced with the crew on deck, solemn and staring, as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. Not one of their own no more. You don't steal from family and stay family. Tears and mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man his last rites. Thief or no, they'll consign him to Andra as tradition dictates. The vision passes, leaving you blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking into Ferrante's face. He raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. I know a cipher's handiwork when I feel it. Tell yours to stay out of my head. The blue Orlan's mouth falls open.
Voxen of ubildet merla. Careful, ship hunter. Mind that you do not confuse a useful skill set for a non-expendable one.
Ferrante glares at Seraphin. The Orlan steps back, blinking away the rebuke, and peers at you, probing. His yellow-green eyes narrow, unfocused, as if trying to remember something, and then the captain turns a warm smile back to you.
My apologies. Rest assured, it will not happen again.
Apologies, Captain. Didn't mean it, really. We're up all night, you know, searching out our friend here. You've been at sea a while. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, aye? Well, mine plays tricks on others, too. Usually don't mean much. Maybe see a bit of shadow, hear a bit of tune. Not unless the person's sensitive. Like, say, a watcher.
I remember the Drake.
Gelarde. Then that should make this easy. I am keen to show my rascal of a compatriot some much-needed humility. I thought perhaps you may care to as well.
Ferrantes, do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue words flit through your thoughts like darters. Not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either.
Benwet's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphin can find him for you.
Ferrante flourishes a hand toward the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'd be the fucking model of the gentleman of fortune. As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing two men with a single bullet.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
Yet you feel a surge of anger that's not your own. Seraphin spins towards you and bows again.
Now, I ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure, but the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies. You might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
He grins broadly. You know, with language like that, Seraphin, you're welcome aboard anytime.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
He pats his belly as he strides to your side.
He's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
Oh! A cipher? A barbarian? Or a barbarian cipher? I'm liking this dual class a lot right now. I'm gonna go with the barbarian cipher. The witch. Okay, we need supplies. We need ammunition, repairs, a shipwreck. A shipwreck huddles in the crashing surf, its splintered beams rising like ribs from the water. The wreck appears abandoned. Sift through that wreckage. You take some time to explore the wreckage, and 3 hours pass. I find a barrel still filled with drink. Search the ship a little more. I find a box full of rations that haven't yet spoiled. I believe that'll do. Supply. I need to repair. Medical supplies. Cannon shot. Trade. A damn shame we have nothing. Oh! I have a ton to sell, actually. Hold up. Hold up! Fort Deadlight, Dunnage, and Nekataka. Let's make a trip to Nekataka and see what perils we may come across along our way. The Huaro. You're sailing past a reef where Beodul shouts out, pointing to port. There lists a ship stranded in the middle, perched on a narrow shoal. It tips and rolls with the passing waves. Hanging from its mast is a blue flag showing an image of a crescent moon sinking beneath the waves. Your crew gathers around, murmuring in low, excited voices. Marina rushes to the railing. Captain, that's a gift-bearer ship. No telling what sort of treasures it's got. Eldingrim snorts. Gift-bearers carry a sentimental junk. Worthless stuff. No, that's a smuggler ship. It's a classic disguise. Chudupek spits into the water. Then it's a fucking stupid one. Gift-bearers only visit landlocked settlements. That's a trap. Prepare a skiff. We'll have to row out and climb the hull. You row the skiff above the reefs, the waves tossing it, the bottom of the small boat occasionally scraping across the jagged structure below. You tie off on a snag of coral next to the wreck. The water is rough and the hull slick with brine, but you're able to find purchase between the shifting planks. Climb up! You row the skiff above the reefs, waves tossing it. The bottom of the small boat, You pull yourself up, using bent planks and barnacles for holds. You've almost reached the main deck when a wave slams against the ship. You hear a crash from somewhere below as the vessel rocks. Your legs slip out from under you, and your fingers dig into wet lumber. Your grip holds. Once the ship settles, you resume your climb and make it to the safety of the deck. The ship is deserted. You don't even find corpses. If the ship had a skiff, it's missing too. Well, let's search for salvage. You find several crates of supplies and several more of assorted odds and ends, handkerchiefs, bead jewelry, cracked scrimshaw, and a child's doll. You think back to old Ingram's comments and wonder if this might have been a smuggler's vessel after all. Search for evidence of smugglers. There appears to be nothing of value. 90 experience, crew! A worthwhile venture after all.
comes to you on a cold wind. The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You feel a resonance in your core, a bell ringing in tune with all the others. Something in you bends, then breaks, and you are borne away on the ringing tide, just another peal among the many. The tide of bells recedes. You lever yourself up onto your knees and realize you have been here before. You stand in Bareth's realm. You are alone. And then, you are not. An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Bareth, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Bareth settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
She intones. Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
He's draining souls from the veins of luminous Adra.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Bareth dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodica strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Bareth? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodica's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face, where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodica, with naked loathing plain on his ruined face. Wodica steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
Wodica says, and grins.
Given her relationship with the moon, I doubt Andra would approve of that plan.
Wodica throws her head back and laughs. The sound is a dry, rasping bark.
Andra could do with a new act. Her current one has grown rather stale.
So where are the other gods?
They see to their own affairs. You will speak to them in time, should you have the need.
The figure beside the aspect of Bareth flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world. I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
Magran says.
What kind of precautions do you suggest, Magran?
Magran looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wedeka suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who let dear, desperate Alice die, instead of putting an end to the man who tormented her.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Aethys might only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
What's the point of this exercise?
The Pallid Knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time. Both stand in his favor.
Magran grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magran stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
The Pallid Knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magran's direction.
Magran speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wodeka waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys, other than decisive, final action.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The Pallid Knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the Pallid Knight's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
This is bullshit.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. Helpless to resist, you tumble into her impossible eyes. You fall wildly, endlessly, unable to find your bearings or slow your spin. And in the distance, above, no, behind you, comes an insistent ringing. You angle yourself toward it, searching for the sound. A small silver bell appears just inches from your fingertips. You reach for it, straining to still its interminable ringing. The moment you touch it, your soul slams into your body with all the force of a fall from the top of the sky. You blink open your eyes, and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin. Alone.
Well, damn.
Will do.
Letter from Alfra. Volcarian, I hope this letter finds you in good health. It has been many summers now since you first arrived in the Gilded Vale. Much has changed in those years, but I will never forget the kindness you showed me. The gods have blessed me with a son. He is healthy and strong and already so curious. All of Gilded Vale dotes upon him. I have told him of you, as he asks constantly after the Watcher who restored his spirit, and hopes one day to meet you. Until then, know that we keep you in our prayers. Your most grateful servant, Alfra. "4 hours sleep at a go. Kill me now."
How may I be of service, my lord?
Alright, well, you know we're going to Net and Talkin'. Let's see what's down here, though.
Sure.
Oh, my. She has a wicked-looking sword. She looks like Pellegrina. Ha!
What?
Alright, let's get back to the world map, boys. No, 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 no. All sorts of little knickknacks to find and discover around here. Fanged Strait. The artwork is just so amazing. The water darkens off the starboard bow of your ship, and jagged spurs and spits rise from the waves in the near distance. Raised voices carry from the helm. "The Teotora marvel is near here. Every sailor must see at once." Irina's hands are clasped together in urgent entreaty. But Beodul is clenching the wheel with white-knuckled determination. "I don't care if it's Andra's salty bosom. We're not sailing through a reef." Beodul notices you and relax. "Captain, help me talk sense into Irina. Irina gapes at you both. And miss our chance? Sailors wait weeks for weather and seas this smooth. If you ever wanted to see the Teotora marvel, this is the time." Some of the other crew have gathered to listen, a hopeful shine in their eyes. What is the Teotora marvel? It's supposed to be a grand sight, an ancient mystery. I haven't seen it myself. Eld Ingram nods. A graybeard I crewed with claimed to have seen it, swore it brought him 10 years of good health and favorable winds. The other sailors murmur eagerly. The condition of our hull, Chittapek. Chittapek grins. It's in good repair, Captain. I wouldn't sail through a reef myself, but if there's a good time to try, this is it. Through the reef. The dead coral juts from the surface, grasping above like the legs of a spider, and the wind whistles as it passes through the jagged structures. Below the water, schools of fish flash among the brilliant reefs. Beedul attempts to guide the ship through the reef, but with a shudder that rattles your bones, the vessel scrapes against the reef. A sound of tearing wood echoes across the deck, and hands scatter, descending into the hold to locate and repair any damage before it spoils the stores. The variegated shallows give way to blue depths. An enormous sinkhole opens around you, yawning wide enough to swallow a fleet. Beedul sighs with relief as Arena searches the horizon for any sign of the mythical marvel. The Defiant sails on. Ah, the open ocean. And into warmer waters, it would appear. Nekataka! We're here, and a grand sight it is. Let's check what is off coast real quick before we dock. It appears to be nothing but more open ocean. Man, these load times are rather excruciating. I'll continue to say it. Gorgeous town. As you walk down the dock, you approach as noted by a cadre of heavily armored Almoa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. The harbor master looms over you, not deigning to stoop or lower her gaze to your level.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Almawa cranes her thick neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers too.
As her attention returns to you, the Almawa's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Nekataka.
Don't worry, sister. Surely you can let me through.
Akora may, Rika. No one gets through without good reason. Not even locals.
The women and men behind the harbor master set their jaws and straighten their backs at their leader's words. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, falling with what sounds like the chiming of a small bell.
Show them. Show them what you are.
I'm a watcher in the Herald of Barath. The whole Deadfire is in danger. Please, you must let me pass.
I've heard enough. There's no room for you in Nekataka Harbor. Get back on your ship and head back to open sea.
The harbor master gestures toward your boat. The women and men behind her nod and murmur in agreement. The nausea continues to build inside you, blood pounding against your skull. Again, the woman's voice. Again, the chimes.
I will help you.
Well, a god's help is always nice.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chime becomes clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals, followed by a brief respite. You realize the chime is ringing in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes, the harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention and yelling in your face, but you hear no words, only the ringing of the chime as your heart rate slows, and slows, and slows, and slows.
Now.
What? What is this?
Run for it!
So much for discretion.
Well, I mean, they wanted to be a dick about it.
And now Port Marche is behind us. I thought this would be a relief.
Let's change up this formation real quick. Now let's see here. Let's find ourselves a wonderful inn to take a great nap at. The Wild Mare does indeed sound like an inn. Onward, my friends.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valiants for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must...
Merla, how is every ship hunter taken?
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I got a ship hunter, lady. No sooner do you approach the Valen woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with a thinly veiled distaste.
I'll
only deal with serious clients. Now shoo.
She makes a sweeping gesture with both hands. Excuse me?
Done. You are dismissed. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the wild mare. When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
If you're giving out bounties, I could, take some work off your hands.
A nameless face of the streets?
She thumbs her chin and gives you a thorough looking over.
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but... there is a seed of potential.
She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you directly.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Gelade. Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hazongo's northeastern coast.
Aenia studies you once more before shrugging and seeing you off with the wave. Well, farewell, lady.
Huh?
I got what I need, a bounty. Commoner. The Wild Mare. Sounds like a nice, reputable place. Kind of loud ruffians might I find in here?
Do you enjoy coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword?
What do you got in mind, my
Hello,
friend?
my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
A Valen shouts over the din of the Wild Mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study your exchange. He takes a hearty swig of his tankard. I bet you say that to all of your clients.
Que? No, you mistake me. I am not one of the courtesans. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning in close, he sips from the tankard and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lip. Vulcarian, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips in his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Mera. Never did it go this poorly.
Look, just tell me what you want, my friend. Or actually, you know what? Give him an ale. You need this more than I do, my friend.
Agrasima, do you know what my problem is, amico?
He accepts the tankard and drinks deeply.
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray of spilled air.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak?
Alright, well, what bounties do you have available, my friend?
You will take the job? You will take the job.
He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing to the corners of his eyes.
Agrasima, something special for my first hunter, then. I will start you on Meria, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Mage and heading west of Mage Island.
I'll return with her head. Farewell, my friend. Although it is quite a sail from here, I believe we will need to rest up before we do such an ominous journey.
Hail and welcome to the Wild Mare, friend.
And hail to you. A jovial man at the bar grins and motions you closer. His arms are corded with thick muscle and cross-hatched with scars.
Now, what can I do for you?
Show me what
See
you have for
anything you
sale.
like? You look...
As I am poor, I will be staying in the backstage storage room. Wonderful. Alright, my friends. And with that restful night at the end, we'll conclude our adventure for the day. I will be playing another bit tomorrow, continuing the quest, and hopefully we can attain some of these bounties and see what this town has to offer us. I will be starting another stream in about an hour. We'll be playing some Pillars of Fortnite here in about an hour. Please join me when we start doing that as well. Look forward to seeing y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night if you don't.